I think imagination is a much undervalued thing. You know, we tend to see imagination as something that's a bit cheeky and playful and badly behaved and best sort of put to one side while we get on with the serious work of economic growth and technological innovation. But I think we're coming into this climate emergency, this situation where we need to reimagine and rebuild everything. And my concern is that we have so devalued imagination, whether it's through our education system, through society and austerity, and we've created the perfect condition, the perfect storm for the contraction of our collective imagination, just at the very time when we need it to be a really well-toned muscle. So for me, I was inspired to write this book about imagination because I kept reading people I really admire, like George Monbiot and Bill McKibben, say climate change is a failure of the imagination. And it set me off thinking, well, if it's a failure of the imagination, why are we having a failure of the imagination on this scale in 2019? It feels like those words of Margaret Thatcher's "there is no alternative" of sort of reaching their ultimate sort of gruesome conclusion. And how would we set about building a much more imaginative society and culture? So I look at lots of examples, some of them through the transition movement, which I was part of founding 12, 13 years ago, of communities coming together, but also we're seeing where you've got organizations and schools and local authorities who are saying, no, actually we need to put the imagination at the center of this, like in Mexico City, where the mayor of Mexico City basically has a ministry of imagination within his authority, and in Bologna in Italy, where they have a civic imagination office as a part of what they do there. So for me, it felt really, really vital to ask that question, to allow ourselves to dream and say, what would it feel like if we lived in a time when anything felt possible?